Hello everybody and welcome back to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 20 Week 1. Last time, Dungeons and Dagons, well, the Dire team broke smoke into them, and then when they engaged again, it was a Dire team, they switched since. The Charlie Wang team smoked into them, broke the smoke, was visible, and then when they re-engaged, it was somehow still a surprise. Let's see what happens this time.
They've identified the shaman as a big problem. He was getting way too many.
Yeah, the shaman was awesome. Shaman did really well. It's very interesting. I mentioned it during the draft. To a degree during the game, like he actually did have quite a lot of ability to operate despite being their first pick. Really, in general, it did not really feel like Rauk was like reacting at all to what the other team was picking. It did feel like it was just a purely proactive draft, which in other words means, who cares what they pick? We'll just pick you know what we want to run with and go with that.
Yeah, they've got a vision.
So they picked the big tanky hero to stand in front of the drow and who can stun in a circle for the Monkey King. And then they ended up in a situation where they were against a bunch of heroes that just kill you if you do that, and didn't really go well.
Yeah. The Clock and Ball Torture supports Striking Fear into Rauk. Both of them banned.
Yeah, they did. Both of the support line for Charlie Wang did very good that game. Which is funny because he got both of those supports for free. So no, that's not true. He paid a lot of money for Black Joe, but he got PS of O for free. So there's that, and Moon River for free.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I didn't even see that many death wards. It was just the cast going everywhere. It was going crazy.
Yeah. Essentially the same bans this time, though. Notably, they banned some different heroes on the Rauk team.
Is this jug ban targeted? Feels awfully early.
Is it targeted? Yeah. Yeah, Krem plays quite a bit of jug, yeah. Interesting to be hammering down on the Storm Spirit so much. Unless Average Peen has been playing that a lot recently, which I don't think he has. But definitely not comfort for him.
In what world do you take the Storm? You know, first phase.
Good question, yeah. Yeah, I think that's a blunder both ways. I don't think Average Peen plays it enough that I'm like scared of it, and maybe he does. I guess I haven't like really looked at his Dota buff in a while. But last time I did, he really hadn't. Doesn't play it all that much, and it's a god-awful first-round pick anyway, as you pointed out. So kind of a blunder of a ban there, I think.
Spirit Breaker.
Yep, immediately pulling that guy out just for the fun. Spirit Breaker is always a lot of fun to play against. Did you know that?
Yeah, I have so much fun playing against that hero.
It's one of those heroes where it's like, whether or not he's good, like, if Spirit Breaker is like a super good hero and he's ballin', and you play into it, you hate your life. If Spirit Breaker is like a terrible hero that has no impact and just loses games, and you play into it, you hate your life. I mean, no matter what's going on, you're not having fun versus that guy.
10 seconds
Guess I should set my alarm for the next games.
Solid support. Banned it last game. They get to take it this game. Maybe I should set an alarm for my aim. It's at 10 o'clock.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Luckily, while I was doing that, they weren't picking anything.
Yeah, just the puck ban.
Yep. Not much to read from these first few picks so far, I don't think. Wait, it's not, I got it backwards because I was still used to it from the last game. It's not, banning the Storm Spirit for Average Peen, it's banning the Storm Spirit from Moon River. Which, well, he has more, well, they have more Storm Spirit games, rather. I don't know how much of that is recent. I mean, Moon River hasn't even really been playing Dota 2 much recently, to say the least. So, interesting to make those target bans. Also killing the Brood Mother.
That's gotta be targeted. But I like this draft from Dungeons and Dragons. 2 solid laning supports.
Pause for Storm the Forbidden Strats.
10 seconds remaining.
I like the Willow plus the Lich combo. I mean, it's not the most reliable stun in the world, and you definitely want to get some more reliable guys up later in the draft. Ideally, at least 2 just, click target stuns.
Radiant
Instant
You
stuns.
chuck those brambles out and someone's gonna walk into them. You already know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you don't have the utility of having just the instant stun on the Dark Willow pick or the Lich pick. I mean, he has the gaze, but that's not entirely like a free thing. Somebody like CK's kind of coming back recently, like a stun like that, which is still not instant, but stun like that, or like the Sven, or like the Wraith King. Stun on the 3 somewhere, like with I don't know, Sand King. I haven't really been keeping up with Sand King. Is Stand King good right now? Somebody like that. Slardar.
I feel like it's not as good as it was pre-patch. I might be wrong on that though. The blind facet's pretty interesting, but. Yeah.
Well, Sand King was kind of I mean, before the most recent major patch, anyway. Sand King was dog water. I don't know if that changed with how the first patch went, but
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting rework that they gave the Sand King. Not really sure how it plays out.
This is kind of clever. I don't know how conscious it is, but even if it's not something they're actively trying to do, it is kind of clever the way that Charlie Wang is picking with this lineup, because they saw, that's average P Necro, they saw last game that the Rauk team definitely had coordination communication issues, right? So they pick these heroes, Tidehunter. I mean, that's still not really the kind of stun you want, but hey, it's a stun at the very least. Even if it's one you get once per week, but still. Last game, you saw a lot of kind of bad coordination on the Dungeons and Dagons lineup. You saw a lot of just things they should have expected not coming out like they expected it. They seem disorganized. And they picked the Spirit Breaker, who's a very chaos-inducing hero, charges through you don't know who he's charging, usually. Just throws your team fight into disarray. You've got the Jump Scare Blink Call from the trees, that's going to cause some disarray. You've got the Fatal Bonds, plus the Golem that's going to cause some disarray. I will say, you have a lot of reasons for guys to split up so far on the Clock and Ball Torture teams. They really... They need somebody in these last 2 picks who's going to force you to want to come together. Because right now, you can just kind of split up as much as you can comfortably do so, and this team isn't as scary. Like, if you fight in a very skirmishing type way, where you're not sitting too close together, you can kind of just, It's a big disappointment if Spirit Breaker only charges 1 guy, if Warlock only can't get the good Fatal Bond, if Axe just gets 1 guy, if the Quapult only gets 1 guy, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's true, but I think also, these solo pickoffs are also kind of what they want, to be honest, on the Spirit Breaker. They kind of want, if they bank on that kind of, I guess, lack of coordination from the last game, and, if Rauk's team is kind of split on the map, they can kind of get picked apart pretty easily by this lineup. This Quap's going to close the gap, Axe is going to close the gap, Spirit Breaker's going to close the gap.
Yeah, I mean more in the the scenario of an individual fight. I do question a little bit how much follow. I mean, it's basically going to need to be that the Dire is going to have, or not the Dire, the Radiant is going to have very good vision to make that a thing. They're not going to be able to get those picks. Because you don't have any global to follow the Spirit Breaker. I mean, maybe Quap can get travels and, get wherever Spirit Breaker is going pretty quickly. But that's not really going to be an option for, the Axe, and certainly not the Warlock. So, there is going to be a lot of situations where it's going to be the Spirit Breaker alone, and they have the Lich, who I think is a target that's a reasonable pick. They have the Willow, who's a little harder. I ain't getting either of these cores with the Spirit Breaker. If Spirit Breaker goes after that Necro or the Tide, it's going to be the last mistake he ever makes, unless he gets a lot of follow-up immediately. But again, if they're going to get that follow-up, it needs to be very planned in advance. They need to have vision on the Necrophos, not just go like a charge out of nowhere. They have to know where he's going to be and get the troops there already before they start to go on him. It's not the most ideal situation.
Okay, but how do you vibe with, like, let's say they take a Spectre on Radiant?
Oh, Spectre on Radiant would be really good. I think it'd be kind of exactly what they need. A hero that will encourage you to stick together a little bit more. A hero that can follow up the Spirit Breaker role. I don't know if she's awesome after the patches, but I think it's a very good pick here, and it's something Krem can play as well. She'll have to get a Nully. It is a very nullifier game for her. Or else she's going to be really sad, but... Really, the scariest thing is you're picking it into, you don't know. God knows what you're picking it into. Gonna do the Lifestealer. I think that's mostly fine. I mean, even now, Lifestealer is still more about, still going to be more about defensive use of his ult than offensive use, but I think that works fine, and it accomplishes much the same. You want to get on the Lifestealer, so you're going to be encouraged more to play aggressively and close to each other in fights, rather than kind of splitting up and playing the skirmish game.
Yeah, I mean, this Radiant safe lane, this looks nice. Against Tide under Willow?
Oh yeah.
Lifestealer's feasting.
Yeah, it's going to be a very easy lane for him. He has been, like a bad, and he has been defanged since the last patch, but he's still not really bad.
Oh!
Pulling out the VS here, huh?
Might be a Tide carry?
Oh no, are they pulling out plays from the Jasso 7 playbook?
Bench carry. Alright.
Interesting. It is Rauk's most played hero, and that is currently, somehow, the hero that has the highest global win rate, so... Not really sure exactly how. Perhaps just something changed in the combination of the two patches that was bigger than it looked on paper, perhaps. It'll be interesting to see how that comes to pass. I don't know what's going to happen here, though. It's kind of a weird-looking game.
Yeah, this looks a little odd. Hey, they've also got Lifestealer with Spirit Breaker, Infested Spirit Breaker, Charge in.
That's classic. That's a classic thing I flame as being not nearly as good as people think it is.
Yeah, but like, you feel confident on a team, when you've got like this kind of idea, this kind of draft strat. Hey, we're gonna infest bomb with the Spirit Breaker. Like, now you're feeling confident going into the game,
Oh my god.
Hollywood Swingin' just deployed their very first sub.
Shoutouts to Hollywood for that very unexpected subscribete. Shoutouts to you, Hollywood. Subscriptions help a lot. To be honest with you, it was either set up affiliate or I would probably have to take a second job that would have enough hours that I wouldn't be able to comfortably do this season. So that helps a lot. So shoutouts to you. Overall,
so Rauk smokes this time.
I don't think the draft differential is that as big this time as it was last time, but I think I favored Chuck at least a little bit. I think
a big part of this. Oh, sorry.
I think the big thing is that, like, unless VS, and maybe she does, unless VS has, and maybe this is some sort of really cool way to do a lot of damage to like a target, more than Lifestealer is going to be able to get rid of. How are they going to kill him? Doesn't really feel like they have a very elegant solution to him right now. Once he gets that Nully, that Necro is just like food for him. It's the easiest kill in the world. Annoying until then. But Rauk's Venge skin looks sick. I wish I could still bring up, I think maybe I can? No, that just does that. Never mind. Wish I could still bring up the little thing that shows the skin in caster view, but sadly that's one of the many things you're not allowed to do as a caster anymore.
Easiest D ward.
Very sad. They're coming back for round 2. The Ward War is beginning early.
Free again for average speed.
What do you think? What do you think of the Quap versus Necro mid lane here? It's the wrong chart. Tell me more.
Dire's
A
current
Discord die or something?
Oh gosh. Yeah.
I think my Discord might have died. I think the game might have also died. But it's okay, because we have you
No,
back.
I hear you.
This is the perfect time for you to talk about what do you think of this Necro versus Quap lane?
I think the Quap dumpsters.
I think it's
Like,
gonna heavily favor.
This Quap is too much fun. Yeah.
There you go. I think it's to her
I mean, like,
advantage.
I
I don't think it's
understand.
I don't think it's a dumpster. I think it's to her advantage. She
It's
does have to
maybe
play it
not a
smart.
dumpster. Yeah. Like
She's
the
not
thing is-
careful. It definitely can be a situation where it's like if she just stops watching that HP or MP, that Necro is very good at capitalizing on that. It can make it very bad. If he gets an advantage, it'll be a little hard to put him away.
Yeah, I think realistically, Quap doesn't come close to dying here, and then just controls both runes, so loads sustain.
Yeah, you've got a big, slow grain guy, so that rune control is definitely going to be in her favor. Definitely agree on that much.
Yeah.
You know, a pretty good. Well, no, actually, they don't have a great rotation team either, because neither of these supports is like an immediate stun, which is really what you need for the Quap. I mean, Lich has one kinda, but it's like he's so slow, and it's not very long ranged.
It's not something you want to bank on as the mid laner.
Yeah, and it's not long at level 1 either. It's not really. It's not even really that long max. So. So Crown Fall Vengefskin, true. So far, last time the Rauk team outside their mid. Last time the Rauk team was ahead. Pretty much all metrics around this time in lane, around 3 minutes in. This time is quite the opposite. Though, it should be noted, Necro is actually up last hits in this lane, though he is down to knives.
Oh, Courier.
He's down a level.
courier has been killed.
Oh no, I looked away.
Wraithman killed. That's big.
Yeah, that is pretty big. How did Black Joe know? Attack the Dire Bounty.
No, it was by coincidence because he was pulling the dire wave.
Okay, yeah. He's
And the
pulling it
Courier
to
was
mid!
accompanying it.
Here you go, Quap!
Oh my.
They're gonna actually have a rotation on the average pain here. They're not gonna prosecute it though.
Yeah, I mean, if the Quap had a little bit more mana, could have been a kill.
Very interesting play here. So this is gonna be even though they didn't get the kill, Quap is about to get a lot of XP just from having this extra wave in her lane. Quap should not scream and not Shadow Strike. Yeah, probably. You definitely want to be doing more alpha than DOT in this lane.
Yeah, you just
Right now she's
even
got
Quap.
both, so I don't think
You just
she's.
farm. Oh.
Oh, Necro's actually diving her. She's pretty low. She doesn't have blink. She's
Oh
dead.
my.
Oh my god, she
Wow.
literally hit 5 and level blink just in time. My god, that was close.
Yeah, the Necro just got all the last hits under the Radiant Tower.
Yeah, that is the
Uh-oh.
downside here. And Axe takes first blood. Whenever it tries to come back, I mean, average peen!
Radiant's
Average
middle
peen!
tower is under
The
attack.
creeps! There we go. Tower aggro, get it off of you.
Yeah, so the Lich played a little too aggro. He just keeps playing so aggro in this lane. Just gets
Yeah.
cold, stunned.
He
The
has to
charge.
chill. This is not P4. You do not want to be in this situation.
charge,
Constantly
mid.
being aggro. Yeah. Round 2 on the average spin. Doesn't really seem too concerned. Who won game 1, Charlie? You'll know in 2 minutes. Don't worry. And while I was watching this charge, I did not see the Warlock dying. That's interesting. Really did not expect him to be having trouble there. Like, Lifestealer in general is down quite a bit compared to what I expected him to be in this lane.
Yeah, I really feel like it shouldn't go this way.
Well, I guess just because the way Feast changed, it's like not to his favor as much as it used to be. Shoutouts to Tallballs for sending me a Steam message.
Yeah, and meanwhile, mid is really going in Necro's favor now.
Yeah. This is a little dangerous. Leaf is kind of sitting on the sidelines here, waiting for a good opportunity. He's not gonna get it anytime
didn't
soon.
I?
Oh, the Black Joe.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
That feels bad.
And Leaf got a haste. Leaf got a haste, and she's going in on the Spirit Breaker here, but she missed the Brambles.
Necro could just dive there.
Yeah.
Oh, is a me kill. Unless. No, another rune.
Snapped with the Reaper Scythe. He waited on that so long, it was making me nervous. But yeah.
Hey, just baiting. No, I ate too many roots in the co-op.
Yep.
It's real rough.
The,
And they didn't realize the power rune being picked up, so she blinked ahead.
The dumpstering that was expected has not happened at all. Average Pain is very comfortably in control of this lane. Perhaps this is just, you know, the issue I talked about. Moon River has been out of the game for a while.
If it was my Necro, it would have been a dumpstering, you know what I'm saying?
There we go. So you mean a Necro on your team, or you as Necro?
Radiant's middle tower is under
Me.
attack.
I
Oh,
would
man.
never dunk on my mid laner like that.
Leaf just barely makes it to this, to the Wisdom spot in time. And, hi,
another
hi
kill.
Necro, what are you doing here? Necro just
It's a
walks
good
right
heads
up
up
here.
play.
Okay. Necro just walks right up to the Wisdom Shrine to turn it.
Diving top.
Interesting decision there.
Uh-oh.
And yeah, they are
Lich
diving
might get run
here.
down here.
Yeah, he's in a very vulnerable position.
Battle Hunger. Oh yeah. It's
6 seconds
it's
to the Spirit Breaker charge. Should be coming in now, yep. And when he comes in, yep, it's over. Chuck hits that, ult immediately.
They're gonna dive here again.
Yeah, they're still going. Well, you say again, it's just the same dive. But Battle
Yeah.
Hunger. Battle Hunger. Come on, you have a Lotus. You can sustain it. There we go.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is bullying. This is awful.
Another dunk.
So
Just
yeah,
so
that
rough.
was just the most casual double kill behind the enemy T1 I've ever seen. It is astonishing. Nope, did nobody? Okay, Necro doesn't have a TP, Lich doesn't have a TP. Willow has like no mana, so that would be why she didn't get involved in this.
Oh,
Did throw a fastball at the Warlock there.
I love playing these +4s that get to steal kills like that.
I mean, Lich doesn't have a TP, I said. He died immediately, so, you know, that wouldn't have mattered anyway, but... I don't know, it definitely does feel like... Surely that should not be allowed to happen. They were there for so long, and nobody did anything.
I mean, the
It's rough.
Necro was running over, but it takes about 30 years to make it there. as a Necro.
Wrong guy to be running over. He does have travels now, so it's going to help
Hey,
his
travels
strategic
now.
ability.
Yeah.
Interesting decision. I think it's good because they have such a mobility deficit on the Dire that I think early travels for the Necro makes sense here. It's gonna be rough for him to like sustain himself. He's only gonna need to build like at least one more item before he goes for like a big ticket just to keep his mana up. You know, even if it's something as simple as like another Null Talisman or like the now nerfed Kaya or something.
Nice swap.
Okay, this time they're
Might
not
be a
gonna
turnaround onto the
stand
Axe.
for this nonsense. This time they're gonna go right for it, and Axe is gonna eat the Scythe. So another good Scythe for Necro. Things going really well for average ping compared to the last game. I think this is kind of maybe the more traditional average peen experience. I think this is kind of what you get in this guy. Like the guy does not have like a really large pool, but he has he is so good at the pool he does have that it's night and day looking at average peen on comfort versus average peen off.
They banned the Necro last game.
Maybe
they should have done it again.
Yeah. Look at the net worth chart. Yeah, Necro ahead by the mile. Rest of his team is doing bad though. It would be a shame for average peen if this got a little dumpstered by, you know, this. So far has not been impressing me on the VS. Maybe, again, there's some kind of long plate to it. Notably,
and also,
the Moon River is crying. Look at that. Look at that deficit. He has half of Necro's money. Yikes.
Yeah, I think bright side with Avenge, though, is like, even though you're behind in the net worth, you're never not relevant when you have Salt.
True. If they can bait out the Q from Crumb, they can kill him here. They have extra people present. They're not really playing like they do.
They can connect anytime with the Necro.
He only has level 1 Rage as well.
I'd be a little scared if I was Cream.
Should be, but the Titan is playing very passively here. Doesn't seem to think they can get it done. And they are moving an army of guys down here. The Quab and the Warlock both on their way.
Yeah, Arcane. They smoked. Could be big.
Spoot talking about, what we were talking about earlier with the Quab DOT skill. It's really not working to her favor.
Charging Tide.
That... not the best idea I've ever heard. Tide immediately ults as a result of it, which he should have done. Lich doesn't have ult. He's level 6, no ult? What? Wait, did he misclick? What is this?
Uh-oh.
Necro going for the backlines here, looking for easy ults. He didn't get it.
Yeah.
Because of those travels, he's able to run right to his team. So he's, okay, they're actually in a good position here.
Did Pop go back in?
Yeah, I wasn't really watching her, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think they must have gone back in to try and get a cheeky kill, and didn't quite work out. Yeah.
Grumbone going back to just hitting creeps in this camp here while he loses the bot T1.
I mean,
Radiant took tops T1, so there's that. Axe is kind of looking at the BS here. Still. But surprised to see the Axe, who feels really far ahead compared to the rest of his team, is about on the same level as the Necro. He has been mostly dodging fights and just trying to farm at this point. Trying to hassle the VS, and I get it to a degree, but I think a good TP, perhaps, at some points could definitely have changed some bad things for this Radiant. Average Peen has Vela Discord. That's good. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I was talking about. Just one more nice little item. Spearbreaker charges right into the Willow Bramble. This is looking actually really bad for the Moon River. He's dead.
Oh no.
They're dead, sorry.
Not again.
Moon
Axe is almost at Blink though, so some plays soon to bail them out.
Moon had a bad lane and is now 1-3. That's not good. I don't think it's over, but I don't think it's great either. They're actually just TP down here just to put the fear of God into Lifestealer, I guess? I don't know. Very interesting.
I mean, it worked.
Lifestealer working on Radiance. The good news is that even though they put so much pressure on his lane, he's not really that behind, necessarily. I mean, Axe is balling and Necro's balling, so that makes it look a little distorted, but he's not really behind pace, per se. He's going to have his Radiance pretty soon.
It's not bad, but they're collapsing again. And they have Scythe. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they have Scythe, and he's used Rage already. And the Lich Ult comes out that time. Goodbye, Mr. Oh, no! Axe missed the call, and now he gets to die the Lich Ult! There you go, Golden Dragon! Hit the goddamn button next time! Big ult from the Quap.
They're not gonna kill this Necro, though. It's too much lifesteal.
God, they're so
not
behind.
lifesteal, too much regen from the Scythe.
He also had some very well-timed raindrops there in that fight as well. That soaked up a lot of that damage for him. So that's a huge play for the Dire there. 1,472 gold changes hands, most of it going to the Necro's pocket. Might be just the Necro 1v5 show. This is getting really rough. Like, the way they kill the Necro at this point is going to be the nullifier off of the Lifestealer, and how far away is that now? He's gonna, like, it almost feels like it needs that second item, and god, what an ungodly timeline that would be.
I mean, it could have been so good. It could have been so good if the blink call, but
Notably,
just not enough.
no BKB underway on the Necro, but sadly nobody's like building an Orchid on this team or anything, which would be super baller. Got a Dagon coming in on the Quap. That might change things at least a little
They
bit.
know the Willow is here. They know the Willow is here.
Yep. Goodbye, Willow.
And they're gonna get the free D ward.
Free D
Cheeky
ward
play,
and
but
free culling
hung around a little too long. Like, that could have been real sick if they managed to avoid being spotted, but
What are you
not
gonna do? Going for a very Joy-Con drift there. Sorry. Going for a very quick Aghanim Scepter here on the VS. Really don't know what you do in this case. I'll be honest enough to say that I really don't know how you build like this puzzle and VS concept.
yeah, this is like the Ags is core to it. It's you're just a ranged Wraith King at that point.
There you go.
Yeah, and then you get stats and you hit like a truck.
Shard is now out on the Necro. God damn it, Joy-Con drift again. Shard now out on the Necro. The Radiance is coming on Courier for the Lifestealer. You better live long enough to get it, or else that's going to be awkward. They've spotted him. He hit the Rage immediately, and then he got into a creep. What a drip indeed. Great timing on the ult from the Willow. Knew exactly when that creep was going to die. Great play on Lee's part. The 3 and under club take out the Lifestealer all by themselves, which is a hard thing to see like happening until you literally see it happening. Great play by Leaf there. That looked really good.
These Chain Frosts have been pretty good.
Yeah, also good. Give credit where it's due, right?
Yeah.
Dire's middle
Grow,
Dire is just playing really oppressively on the map, and it's really squeezing Radiant out.
yeah. In particular, they're doing a very good job keeping the pressure up on the Lifesteal. He has his Radiance now, so he is going to have some avenue to come back at this juncture, but...
They're looking top.
Yeah, they see the VS.
They're committed to this play.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're gonna get her.
This is
Axe
not
call.
gonna work.
Everybody TB's in. Swap there at the very last second to
God.
to dodge the charge. The ult comes in. The Scythe is going to take care of the Axe. This is kind of bad. They don't even get the VS for this, mind you.
No, this is real bad.
Getting all those TPs did mean something at least. So they didn't get the Spear Breaker, but
Like, it opens up a bit of room for Cream. He's gonna maybe get this mid tower.
Structures are fortified.
Maybe not even with this glyph. He's gotta leave.
Tower is under attack.
sad.
Oh god.
They're actually gonna smoke out here, mid, in the hopes that somebody's gonna stick around try to finish the job. But
Yeah.
no dice.
Venge has their eggs. They're looking for the Lifestealer now. Oh, they're gonna walk up.
They're gonna find. They're just gonna have to be happy with the Moon River instead. Gaze? No, but doesn't have it off cooldown. But
Radiant's
Leaf
Yeah, but
is
look at the
here.
Willow.
is under attack.
Leaf is
Oh.
gonna get spotted.
You're
Moon
gonna
River
go for
is
it,
going to definitely dodge the brambles, and then jump right back into the Lich Ult. Okay.
Oh my.
Can't say I agree with that play. They're gonna take the Lich for it, and they might get the Willow as well. Quite likely, actually, at this point.
I mean,
Nobody
so
else is
worth,
here,
though.
so.
Is under attack.
VS getting hammered by the Lifestealer here.
Lifestealer. Now the Lifestealer's about
Uh-oh.
to run out of rage.
No, his rage is longer than the Bible, so he's fine.
I guess he's out. Venge is out of mana.
Lifestealer going for SNY next. VS going for nothing yet. Next is Rauk guy. He does not quick buy things. He does not want you to know what he's thinking. Shiva's guard
High
next on the
strats
list for the
even in
Necro.
game.
Oh, almost got the axe there. Skull is still following him. So I kind of know where he's actually going. Do not elect to take that advantage though. Moon River is going to. I thought it is going to spot this out, but nope.
Ooh. Might be in trouble still. No.
Nah, it's fine. Feels like they need like a rod or something for this lineup. Necro Yules is something, but
Dire are
they're definitely suffering a little bit from the lack of those instant target stuns. Like everything having to have a wind up or lich to be within 3 micrometers of your face.
That's true. But they can also do some funky stuff with, you know, Necro shards in and then Yules them. Little
True.
bits and root below.
It's just they have to not blink out of the of that. Another big kill for the Willow. Spearbreaker was charging into this and realized rightfully, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I
Willow
don't.
just gets to pump an astronomical amount of damage.
Yeah, Willow is tough for them to deal with at the moment. This VS is still not. God damn it, the Joy-Con drift again. This VS is still not really launched per se.
Radiant's middle tower
It's pretty much
is
just an
under
Ags
attack.
right now.
Yeah, Tide's queued up the shard like this.
We're gonna be looking at the Spearbreaker here. He's gonna get him with the stun.
Just bulldoze and leave. Oh,
No, he's going to charge the creeps he's
Mhm.
actively looking at right now, and
Okay, making space,
actually
making
still
space.
leave. Because he's got
Yeah,
drums
they-
and
they-
his W.
and there's no mana on the Venge.
Is under attack.
Venge, get your friends to buy Arc's Venge.
I've just been playing on no mana for like 5 minutes now.
Buy Clarity's Venge.
Are fortified.
Nah, surely the Bassi-Aura on the Tide's Vlads will be enough.
True.
Radiant's bottom tower.
So somebody fed
And the
her
Arcane.
Clarity.
Radiant's bottom
That was
tower
unreal.
has fallen.
Yeah, that's teamwork.
Radiant are scanning.
They managed to take the bot T2, the Radiant bot T2, I should say, for the Dire.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
By
attack.
Stealer goes to top, Axe goes to min. They do push out both these lanes to their respective tier 2s, but Axe doesn't really do anything to his, so. Necro's still deep behind the lines. He's finished his Shivas at this point. Going for another Yules on the Dark Roll. Again, that's something, but still not exactly the most reliable. Blink in the Tide, Blink Vlad's, and I imagine probably that aforementioned shard is currently what's coming to him on this courier, which is neither of these couriers. There it is. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yeah, BKBX though, this is the timing. Could make a play
Sure.
here.
Yep, the fresh 9-second BKB coming in off the Axe. Only finished the Yasha on the Life Stealer, and tragically have only finished the Dagon 1 on the Quap. Some
Smoked on
ordering in
Dire.
play. And yeah, they do have the smoke. Problem is,
They
everyone
have
on
such
Radiant is
division here.
skeeved with just the Necro around.
I
Everyone
feel
is
like if
so
anything-
skeeved just seeing him alone that they're already all going behind base or into the GG jungle.
Yeah, this is a great. This ward in the ward spot, it's giving them so much. It's almost shocking it's not been dewarded yet.
Well, I mean, Average Pain has been hanging around down there, just jungling in that exact
That's true.
area for so long.
Defending the
And,
ward.
everybody is so scared of him at this point. I mean, we just saw, like, they literally only just saw Average Pain. They knew reasonably well that nobody was even close to him, and just seeing that guy load all 5 guys went to the base. They're gonna catch
Swap.
the Warcock here. Get right rid of him.
Warlock is not having a fun time. 0 and 10.
Yeah, 0 and 10, and then coincidentally, I was
yes.
looking at the Necro 10 and 0. Radiant's gonna be pushing out the bot tier 1 as they lose their mid T2.
Radiant's
Wanna go
Interestingly,
for the
VS is
light
actually gonna try and go over here for this.
Radiant's middle tower is under
not
attack.
gonna
I
really
mean,
get
Dire
anything
doesn't
done,
need
but-
her. They're so strong without her anyways.
Yeah. That's something I was starting to get into earlier. It's like the VS is not really launched to this point, but it also hasn't mattered at all that she hasn't. Like, she is almost basically support VS right now, really.
Oh, Leaf
Really
is cutting them
doesn't
off.
matter. Yeah.
Oh, big. Oh,
He's gonna get the double stun because the
oh
Spearbreaker
my.
just stood there. My god! Huge scythe on the poor Moon
Absolute
River.
demolition.
As if Moon River hasn't having a bad enough game. Spearbreaker tries to get the self-deny in the ancient camp. No dice. Very brave
That was-
play by the Lich here going after the Warlock. They may still get the
think they're gonna
Warlock
get her.
here, yeah. You know, this is a very, very likely death. So especially with that Frost Armor coming out.
Running him now. The heal's doing a lot, but not enough.
Radiant's top tower is under
That
attack.
could have gone pretty badly for Dire, actually.
Instead,
Um,
Necro's beyond godlike.
But yeah.
Astoundingly, even though there's such a pronounced advantage for kills, the gold advantage is like none at all. Like, how is this an 8 and 22 game with an 8k
Dire's bottom
advantage,
tower
right?
is falling.
Krem and
Radiant's
Charlie
top
Wang,
tower
the
is
Axe and
under
the
attack.
the Axe and the Lifestealer have just been right-clicking so many creeps that even though the Radiant are so ahead for kills, and I would guess probably pretty substantially ahead for XP as well. Well, not that far ahead. They're only 4 levels up.
I mean,
The lead
part
is
of it
actually very
that-
small.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is that, like, Dire is... Oh, rock. Okay. Dire's running around a lot as a team. Oh, big call.
Yeah. Big call gets torn apart, though. Everyone just kind of disengages. Warlock comes in the middle with the ult, doesn't really get it on. Rauk is, like, dead. Rauk just completely man-fought the Lifestealer
Yeah, but
and died
they're back
immediately.
with Axe.
Yep. Lifestealers are going to get away. And, they're going to get rid of the Moon River here, too. Actually having a big problem actually killing this Lifestealer. He's just surviving everything.
Another really nice call in the back. Wow.
Great timing. The Lifestealer jumps inside the Axe to make him survive the Scythe. It does the
The
job.
blade mail.
The Vengeful Spear is actually going to buy back amidst this fight to try and
Buy back
actually
Axe,
get this
yeah.
kill on the Lifestealer. It's not going to get it. They're just going to have to leave. So a huge base
There's another
defense.
life on the
Yeah.
bench, though, after this. There you go. There's the
4
kill. Surely?
for
No, didn't realize.
nothing.
No, they got the axe. The axe had to buy back there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they get a buyback
Yeah.
on the Axe, but that's
But
very
the Axe-
nothing.
The axe did get the kill on the Necro by reflecting the scythe damage with blade mail.
Nice. And yeah, there goes
Pretty
the other
funny.
life. So 5,709 gold changes hands towards the Radiant there. It is just a massacre for the Dire. Just diving too far. They really, again, it just was a great display there. They have nothing to actually kill the Lifestealer. So even though this guy has been 10 miles behind the whole game, they can't actually do anything about him. They have no instant silences. They have no instant stuns. Nobody's building an Orchid or anything that looks like an Orchid. Not like it'd matter anyway that much. No, he doesn't really have any self-purges or any on his team, so it wouldn't matter, but nobody's doing it. We do have Hex coming out on the Necro. That might help at least some, but very difficult to kill this guy.
It'll be a while till you
Mhm.
get there.
Still, even with that, I feel like Radiant needs to team fight now with Ravage down. Well, you're going to feel really silly in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Or maybe they pulp Ravage in the jungle right now, and they'll be right.
It's true, yeah. Yeah, this feels, I don't know. This feels like a very easy game for the Route team to take advantage and a very hard game for them to win. I definitely feel like at this point, especially having been proven, it's hard to go uphill now. Should definitely be thinking about other objectives. Should be thinking about Tormentor. Should be thinking about the Roche. I don't know how easily they can do Roche, but should be thinking about it at least.
What are your thoughts on this Spirit Breaker queuing up a pipe? And the axe already having a pipe.
Communicate with your team, please.
Alright, they're into Roche.
Yep. I'm estimating this will take about 3.5 days.
They have a lot of minus armor though. It's
That's
just they don't
true.
really have the physical right-click damage to capitalize as much off of it.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant, scan it out. They're
I'm not gonna
really
be
far
able to
from
get
it,
in.
though, yeah.
Yeah, they're just gonna take this time to get space on the map. Farm up a bit.
Honestly, I think they could actually genuinely get there before the Roche dies. That's the funny part. He may run out of the pit.
Dire's bottom tower is under
No, he's gonna die.
Lifestealer queuing up the Nullifier now? Well, I would say queuing up. They don't actually queue it up, but they have the relic. And I'd be shocked if that's a Radiance.
Yep,
there
it
you go.
is the second Radiance. Yeah, it is Nole, so it's gonna be a lot harder. for the Necro to just dominate now. I feel like it's just, I don't know, both teams have really blundered with no silences at all, like on either of these sides. Like, no, the Quap does not have BKB, and she is only now building it. She will be up soon, but that, like, how much time did you have to be able to silence her? Or the Life Stealer, how much time did you have to be able to, you know, silence the X? He has his BKB now, he's only used the 9, right? How much time have you had to silence the Necro? He's still not even thinking about, like, a BKB or anything. He's not even queuing it up. Right? Like,
Yep.
nobody's building defensive items, really, in this game, but nobody's, like, building items to take advantage of that either.
I mean, Absolute Cinema, just keep smashing your faces into each other.
True.
Just keep fighting. Keep fighting, dying, fighting, dying.
Just perhaps a symptom of not checking what the other guy is building and assuming, oh, they definitely are just queuing up BKB next. Or what have you. It is always the tragic, because it's hard to know for sure. And it's easy to make the safe assumption of, oh, they gotta be going BKB, right? And at this point, you'd be
Spirit
right.
Breakers realized. They've communicated. They swapped with Boots of Baron.
Hooray! Nearly have the Manta style out on the VS. They've caught Tide Hunter here. He's
Closing
very
the gap.
large. They've caught Tide
They're
Hunter, but
charging
they
down the
saw the
Willow as well.
Necro, so they kind of had second thoughts about that. Not the Necro,
Ah,
the
good route.
Willow. Yep. Saw it from uphill and took the express train out. Nice.
Alright.
Yeah,
Now they
wasted
get to hit
a
the
whole bunch
face.
of time, yeah. Wasted
Yeah.
a bunch of time, so VS is gonna get brain drags here,
Oh.
at least for free.
Power Rangers TP. Big call.
Yep. They're just gonna instantly get the VS.
Yeah, and they're gonna go on the Necro.
Necro likely dead
Nice
as
swap.
well.
They have the Aegis though. Oh, and that's
Yep.
the Axe
A
gone.
hero dies. That's a big loss. He was bought back,
Yep.
so die back for him. You have the BKB on Quap, which is a decent power spike in itself, at least. Without Life Stealer home or being able to quickly get to this, though, it is.
He's got
Turn over.
TP though. How's he TP now?
He's got a TP, but you know, 9 people have already TP'd, so it's a long one.
Yeah, that's fair. But like without the axe, can't really do anything here.
Yeah, he's
Unless-
gonna go after the Tide Hunter. Then a bunch of
God.
stuns are gonna come out, going to force
Okay,
him to
BKB.
back. Yep, BKB. That's the 9-second BKB
Where?
used on the. Oh no!
Oh, the swap.
Oh no! That's Life Stealer gone. He doesn't have
Wow.
buyback. Okay, that's horrible timing. They've caught the Spirit Breaker as well, though I kind of doubt they are able to kill him. Yeah.
He's getting away. Wow, what a route.
Yep, still unlikely to kill him though.
Radiant's middle
They
tower.
could've
And
gone for
VS
that,
is like,
yeah.
stop wasting your time.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Yeah.
That's a second
He
round.
might not even get to use this nullifier that we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
yeah.
he put himself out of position there in an attempt to use it and just didn't get to.
Has fallen.
Dyer's gonna go for the
Yeah.
Megas here rather than for the Throne, which I guess makes sense because they're awful at hitting buildings. They don't have that long a time until the Axe and the Lifestealer are both back up.
Bottom tower has fallen.
They may just barely get this last Rax. They're not gonna get it at all if Leaf doesn't hit it. Come on, Leaf! Oh no, they still will, just barely. So that's Megas.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. The
Astoundingly, I don't think this game is actually over even with the Megas. Like, if Krem doesn't go out of position here. Necro's
Yeah,
very
they can have
killable.
everything
He's about to
except
lose the
Raw.
Aegis.
30 seconds though.
Yep. So you gotta be
Alright,
a
they're
little patient
infesting.
here. Yep.
Axe.
radiant structures.
Axe is going in the middle of everybody
Jump
else,
on the
is
back.
ignoring the Necro,
Big.
immediately takes out the Lich. He gets the ult out, but it doesn't do anything. They they sadly mistime the Aegis there on
Oh
the
my.
Necro, so he does actually get to respawn. He's able to put the Scythe on the Moon River, which is going to get rid of him. Axes die, but he actually has buyback again because this is a godless game. Krem going hard on the
Krem is going
Tide
crazy.
Hunter. I love to see Average Peen doing the body block there.
Big
Axe
hole
coming
from the
in for the last minute save, but sadly he doesn't get it quite in time. Lifestealer is going to go down here, and yeah, he's dead.
this
It's
is
over.
it.
That's the ball game.
Unless...
There is no unless. 1-1. Probably not what you would have expected, considering huge swap. Yeah, many good swaps here. Probably not what you would have expected, considering game 1 was such a rout. But there's a change of draft and a change of strategy, and everything changes. I would still favor, even having seen everything, I would still generally favor the Radiance draft here. But I feel like it wasn't enough to win on its own. I don't favor it strongly enough that it's an insta-win. And the Dire, just the Rauk team, it just felt like they were just in the driver's seat the whole time. Felt like Moon River crumbled against Average Peen at mid in a matchup where maybe they shouldn't have, unfortunately. They crumbled a little bit.
Necro just went ham. The Necro was just too far ahead and just dictated the rest of the game.
Oh my god, OBS was being crazy there. Yeah, Necro was just, yeah, he was in control the whole match. He died one time, 17-1-9. Again, just a very good display of what this Average Peen guy is like, what he does to a game. So, very, very big game for him. Very big game for the team. Again, you know, and it shows, most importantly out of all, they got the hell locked out of them the first game, then game 2, they just, you know, they came back and they did this, right? Like, so that's good mental. The coordination looked a little bit better. Maybe Leaf on the Willow as well had a lot to do with it. Seemed very comfort. Even though he's only got that level 5, you know, might just not have Dota Plus, right? Looked very good on the Willow. Looked very good on the Necro. We'll see what happens for these guys next week. Anything to add before we close?
No, that was just solid showing each game from one team and not so solid the following.
If you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg today to sign up. It's too late to get into this season, but stand-ins are always needed. Somebody might quit again. All kinds of fun happening. Queues popping, there might be, I mean, I doubt there's going to be in-houses at this point, but queues popping everywhere you look. Go to ld2l.gg, follow the link to the Discord server, that's where all the action's happening. I guess this is a new thing to add to the spiel. Special thanks to all of our subscribers. Every subscription helps me a heck of a lot, more than it looks. Heck of a lot more than it looks. So, special thanks and shout-outs to all of our fine subscribers. Thank you for your support. And we will see you in just a couple of hours for our second live game today, Brion taking on Kyrix, which is you, Mega Man. Any shit you want to talk before you go?
Yeah, they're so cooked actually. My team's so locked in. We've been practicing.
See, the funny thing would be, yeah, I want to talk shit. So Renee.
Yeah, this Rene guy, you know, we're gonna win because he's not there actually.
There we go.
That's why.
We'll see you then.